All right, welcome to episode 1 of the Apprenticeship Works podcast. Woo! We'll have editing put some of those claps in. This was filmed in front of a live studio audience. They just all happen to have my same last name. So they're also my production crew, my editing crew, who I bounce ideas off of, and my great support system. So here we are, episode 1. I think you're going to enjoy it more than The Phantom Menace, and I'm even a Star Wars fan. But where do we go from here? My wife watches a lot more podcasts than I do, and she said the first episode has to be an introduction. You have to lay it out for everybody, let them know what they're getting into. If somebody's even anticipating, thinking about watching your podcast, you got to give them something that to tell them what it's all about. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to go with the who, the what, the why, the where, the when, the how, anything else you want to know. We're going to lay out some ground rules. It's just going to be kind of fun, free-flowing. I promise this is going to be one of the only episodes that it is just my talking head. We've got some great guests lined up already for some future podcasts, but there will be a couple where it's just me talking. But this is one of the few ones. Otherwise, you will see split screen, or we'll actually go out on location. So let's do the why, or what's the purpose, the what. First and foremost, this podcast, we want to bring people into the trades. Period. That is like high level goal. That is mission in life. That is passion. That is a calling now. And so want to bring people into the trades. Everything else along the way, those are secondary goals. But if nothing else comes from this, we want to bring people into the trades. Not just young people, all people. So that is, that's the big picture. That's the why. But how did this all come about? There's the next question. I like to talk. I love talking about the trades. I've been in the trades for quite a while. I mean, there's some gray in here. But I love talking about the trades, and I can talk about apprenticeship with anybody for blah, 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 blah. I just go on and on and on, which maybe isn't what you're looking for in a podcast. So I'm going to try not to do that. But where this came from, a year ago at a dealer meeting. Most of us have been to them before. And you get used to talking to people, small talk. And we had just made our 2023 goals at the company I'm at. And so they were fresh in my mind, and we're down at this dealer meeting, and you're making small talk about, hey, what are your goals for 2023? Again, this is a year ago. And I threw out there, my main goal was to have the largest apprenticeship class of first-year plumbing level 1 apprentices that I've ever had. I wanted to have 12 students, plumbing level 1. And done the math, so I said, so I want to have 12 students in class, so I want to hire 21 people this year. We've done the math. It's not our first rodeo, so we know we got to hire 21 to get down to 12. And then when I start telling people this stuff, you would think I just told them my goal for the year was to ride a unicorn or teach a dragon how to breathe fire. That's the looks on the face I got. And I just, it blew my mind. And then I start talking to people more, and you go more in depth, and I say, really, class starts the first week of September. So I need to hire 21 people by July 1st. And now they're looking at me like I'm just lying to them. That, now he's just making up numbers, and he's not even being real with me, so I'm going to quit talking to him. I left that dealer meeting feeling almost sorry for these people who are so small-minded. I thought, how can I help these people? How can I help people realize that there are plenty of people out there? One of the minor goals, I said the big goal, bring people in the trades, but some of the minor goals that we're going to do, we're going to bust myths. The myth that there are not enough people out there that want to get into the trades, like pull, boom, we will blow that out of the sky all day long. There are plenty of good people looking for jobs. It's on the companies. The companies don't have the right resources or the processes in place to bring these people on board. So I will help with that. So we're a year ago, and like I said, I'm feeling sorry. Like, why do all these people think that they can't find people? Fast forward, we hit our goals. It's great. We get to the fall, and my president comes to me, and she says, hey, we have to slow down. We have to, you can only have so many apprentices per journey person or master. That is the rules. And we're about maxed out. And so she's telling me, hey, you have to stop recruiting right now, which is like, dagger. I don't want to do it. It's not my DNA anymore. I've become so excited about talking to anybody and everybody about it that's when I really decided, you know what? I can help other people. Maybe not in my market. I don't want to, the company that I cut my teeth with, I don't want to, go around to the competition like, hey, this is the people you can get. But it's 2023 at this time. And I'm thinking, I can go nationwide. I can help any company. I can help lots of companies by just helping them improve their process, improve their procedures, get them more standardized, and then become big thinkers. So that answers that's the who. Who is this designed for? This podcast is designed for owners, designed for management, the decision makers, the people who want to bring more people into the trades, but maybe aren't quite sure how. And let me tell you, if you watch all my episodes, I'm going to give you, and you take great notes, and you go back to your management team or your vision team, growth team, whatever you call it, and you all implement it. You don't need to have me come to your shop. I'm going to give you all of the ingredients on these podcasts. I'm not just going to give you the ingredients, I'm going to tell you the amount of the ingredients. I'm going to tell you which order to put them in. I'm going to tell you how long to bake it. If you have to fold something in, there's no secret sauce. This is not Colonel Sanders Kentucky Fried Chicken. No secret recipe. I'm going to lay it all out there because I told you, number one goal, let's all bring more people into the trades. When I go to conferences and things like that, and people want to talk about the trades and the epidemic that is there's not enough people, there is no silver bullet that is going to cure the whole industry. What it's going to take is every individual shop doing what's best for themselves and the industry. Bring more people in to the point where you have excess and they're overflowing to some of the companies that are slacking behind. And that's the only way we're going to grow this. Again, I'm going to throw it all out there. You take good notes. You don't need me. But if you do need me, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to come to your shops, to come and evaluate your company. Because everybody says, yeah, I want 5 to 10 more techs or 10 to 20, depending on the size of your company. We want to bring more people in. But are you really ready for it? A lot of companies, most companies are not. What is your culture? That is the number one thing. And this younger generation, so we will focus a little bit on just that younger generation, they want to have purpose. Do you even know your purpose? And does it align with bringing people in and passing knowledge on to the next generation? So that's where I come in. I come talk to you. And our conversation may be, you're not ready. That's a real conversation that we have to have. You may have too many of that old grumpy tech. We all have one, or we all know one at least, that, I don't even learn their names until 6 months in. We got to kill that. We got to, if you're going to be a teaching company, a teaching culture, then you have to embrace it. You have to go full in. And that's the fun of what I get to do, is come out and travel to you. So again, it's nationwide. I can go anywhere. It's 2023, or it was, when all this is going down. And so that's the why, the what, the who, what, where. Where's it going to be? Most of the time it's going to be right here in my basement. This is the studio. I've found things to put on the walls. I do have a chalkboard, so that's cool. But this is where it's going to be. Hopefully, I'll do some on-site visits. I was lucky enough last November to be on the Dope Student Podcast. Evan Jarrett, if you're not subscribing to that one. Oh, wait, pause. This is where I have to tell you, like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. I probably got to say that 15, 20 times an episode. Dude Perfect does it all the time, and they're kind of big. So, anyway, I am on the Dope Student Podcast in the fall. And so, out in Philadelphia, I was going out for family anyway, and I was on his podcast. So, Evan's going to be on my podcast. We're going to reciprocate. I have some other people lined up. We got PHCC, we got organizations, we got some of the periodicals that are like, we love what you're saying, we want to promote it, but also will you get on ours? So there's going to be some back and forth. I got some really big people that I have in mind that I want to try to get as guests, and that really have nothing to do with the trades, but I am going to, over the 20 to 25 minutes, show you how their way of thinking in a different field altogether you can incorporate into the plumbing, heating, electrical, the skilled trades, and you can use that to better your company. So the wares here, when I think we're going to release them on Thursdays. I have no data. I have nothing that says Thursday's the perfect day to release a podcast. I just picked it. So I don't have a time, but if it gets to be 5 p.m. on a Thursday and you're really enjoying this because you liked, subscribed, and pushed that bell for notifications, and you haven't seen it yet, DM me. Send me on one of the social medias and say, where's your podcast? I hope we start getting those. And then eventually, as this becomes and keeps rolling more, yes, there will be a time where it's like, hey, this is the release hour. Yeah. So what have we hit up? We've hit the who, the what, the why, the where, the when, and the how. The how, it's going to be talking, and it's going to be with people, and we're going to make an impact. A couple rules that I'm going to have. I'm going to try to not have too much bad language. I know we're in the trades, that's how we talk, but a shop teacher might want to show this in a classroom, so I'm going to try to keep it clean. I want to make this available for anybody to view. The other rule of the show is we don't mention Mike Rowe's name. So that's the only time his name is going to be mentioned. Him and I got beef. If I come on somebody else's podcast, they may ask me about it. If I come out to your shop and you want to ask me in person, probably, I'll answer it one-on-one, but just not on camera. So those are the main rules. Other than that, anything goes. We are going to try to bring people into the trades, one apprentice at a time, because apprenticeship works. I really am excited about this. I hope that's coming through on camera. I hope my mic is picking everything up, and that it is showing that I'm so excited to begin this journey, to have people come along with me, to be able to share this, because I have a unique skill set that from different my past, and I feel like this is my way to change the world, and so I really do feel that way. So I'm going to sign off now. I hope this was beneficial. I hope that now you have hit the like, the subscribe, and the bell for notification. I think that's 3 times. That's a good amount per show, I think. And we will come back at you next week when we have an episode on recently attending the HR conference, and all of just a review of it, how awesome that was, all the great people I met, and I can't wait to see you then. Peace.